Sebastian Vettel, how a hated driver became an icon. A strange case, the one of Sebastian Vettel is. The German wunderkid who appeared on the scene just as the German goat Michael, maker of shoes, was about to leave center stage. An arrogant youngster who openly screwed over his teammate at Red Bull, just ask Mr. Mark Webber, who became a huge fan favorite at Ferrari despite not being able to bring them any titles, and finally became the much respected elder statesman at Aston Martin before fading off into the sunset. This is my take of the story on Sebastian Vettel. Statistically, Vettel is one of the greatest F1 pilots to ever grace the grid. 300 entries, of which he started 299. 4 World Drivers' Championships, 2010, 11, 12 and 13. 53 wins. At the moment, only Schumacher and Hamilton have more. 122 podiums, 3,098 career points, 57 pole positions, wow, and 38 fastest laps. I would have thought that would be more. But that of course does not tell the whole story. Of his 53 wins, one amazingly came for Toro Rosso, today's AlphaTauri, and 38 out of 53 came for Red Bull, despite leaving the colourful cows at the end of 2014 already. He only won 14 races from 2015 to 2022 and changed his persona from spoiled little brat to something like a likeable elder statesman of racing. The F1 story of Seb Vettel began in 2006, and I quote his Wikipedia page. Vettel became BMW Sauber's third driver at the 2006 Turkish Grand Prix, when former incumbent Robert Kubica replaced Jacques Villeneuve as second driver for the 2006 Hungarian Grand Prix. On his testing debut, Vettel set the fastest time in the second Friday free practice. Vettel became the then youngest Formula 1 driver to participate in a Grand Prix weekend at 19 years and 53 days. He also set a record for collecting his first fine in 9 seconds into his career, as he exceeded the pit lane speed limit on the way to the track. In his second testing session at the 2006 Italian Grand Prix, he set the fastest time in both Friday practice sessions. Vettel was confirmed as BMW's test driver for 2007, and following Kubica's crash at the 2007 Canadian Grand Prix, Vettel was named his replacement at the United States GP. Started in 7th and finished in 8th to become the then youngest driver to score a point in Formula 1. End quote. Mid-2007, the young German joined Red Bull B or Toro Rosso permanently. And at the Italian Grand Prix in 2008 and 2008, it seems to be a favourite for him. Vettel became the sport's then youngest race winner at age 21 years and 74 days, a record since smashed by a young Dutch guy, which I'm sure you can guess his name. Next up, Vettel would join the Red Bull senior team and began the most successful stint of his illustrious career as someone driving quickly around different shapes of tarmac. 38 wins and 4 straight World Drivers titles would follow, in 10, 11, 12 and 13, convincingly beating grizzled veteran teammate Mark Webber in the process, and also leading to some of the following situations.
Right, are you still watching that, David? That looks like Sebastian Vettel went right into the side of Mark Webber. How do you read that?
Yeah.
So he was seen by most as an arrogant little wiener with a subpar teammate in an unbeatable car. Sort of a Max Verstappen classic prototype, if you wish. Later fans began booing him on the podium, especially after he seemingly screwed over Webber by passing him for a win after being told to stay behind the Aussie.
Sebastian, multi-map 2-1, multi-map 2-1, and look after your tyres, please.
Yeah, that's good teamwork.
Okay, Mark, he was told.
Vettel would later admit that this troubled him deeply. The crowd's reaction, that is. Then came 2014. Webber was replaced by a younger, smilier version of Australian called Daniel Ricciardo.
Well, I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car.
And suddenly, the Red Bull kinda sucked and Mercedes started their dominant period. Vettel became the first defending champion since Villeneuve in 1998 to fail to win a race, and the young Aussie beat Seb by 214 points to 159. Vettel left Red Bull to make Ferrari great again, hoping to emulate his hero Schumacher, and failed rather dismally. Came close a few times, but he just could not match the Hamilton-Rosberg Mercedes team. Even worse was to follow. Vettel and teammate Kimi Räikkönen were great friends, but Seb had the obvious edge, beating Kimi easily head-to-head every season. 2019 saw Kimi leave and Leclerc join. The Ferrari was, as loud I would say, let's say a crap box. And Vettel kept spinning, and at times it felt that he was pointing the wrong way more than the right as the season went forward. Now Vettel was no longer seen as irreplaceable, and Ferrari said bye-bye guy, and Vettel left for Aston Martin, where he would finish up his career with a lot less of a bang than most of us would have liked. He did however start to show a humble and a more political side, not seen during his heyday at Red Bull. At the 2021 British Grand Prix, the 4-time World Drivers' Champion was seen picking up trash after the race and helping clean the stands. He held a woman-only karting event during a Saudi GP weekend. Vettel also voiced concerns regarding sustainable racing and climate change, leading to Alberta Premier Jason Kennedy calling it over-the-top hypocrisy because Vettel's racing team Aston Martin was sponsored by Saudi Aramco Petroleum Company. So, what led to this change from spoiled champ to political activist? Some may say he just grew up, that the years of getting beaten by Hamilton taught him the humility that the success at Red Bull failed to teach him. I've heard some say he craved attention that he no longer got for being the top guy and became something of a Lewis light in politics. I honestly cannot say, without agreeing with many of his political statements personally, and also believing that these kind of politics have no place in Formula 1, I have to admit that the humbler man driving the rather poor car but helping clear the stands after the race made a much bigger impact on me personally than the young Schumacher wannabe winning everything for so long. The lesson from Vettel's career for me is a simple one. Life is short, too short to live as an island, no matter how successful. You must use it to make a difference in the world around you. So that's our video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider subscribing and sharing the video. Please check out some of the pretty decent playlists on our channel. God bless and goodbye.